Top stories this hour. Human Rights Watch claims it's discovered thousands of documents in Libya that suggest intimate cooperation between Gaddafi's regime and British and American intelligence. It's thought much of the data deals with the rendition of suspects to Libya for interrogation. Well, let's talk more on this with eco-peace activist Marinella Correggia. She's joining us live there from Italy. Thanks so much for being with us here on RT. Now, why have these same countries that enjoyed close ties with Gaddafi in the past now turned against him?
I think this is usual politics by Western powers. I mean, they play their game as it is better, or they think it's better for them. We cannot forget that the biggest American enemy, Osama bin Laden, was at the beginning their best friend in the war against Soviet Union in Afghanistan. And yes, of course, we even Italy, they relied on Libyan regime because against the Islamist groups and against the terrorist groups. But I think now they thought that they can control these Islamist groups who are very much inside the CNT. They can control them by with this with the fact that they gave them military support, they gave them money and everything. So I think now the Western powers prefer to side with Islamist groups and also racist groups in order to have better deals for the Libyan oil, because the Gaddafi government didn't give good deals for its oil to Western powers.
All right, let's imagine, speculate here that the rebels, the NTC, don't fulfil the expectations of the Western countries, indeed NATO. Do you think actually we could see NATO putting pressure on the rebels themselves?
Sure, NATO will put pressure on the rebels because, I mean, they are so dependent on NATO and Western powers. So definitely they will put pressure. They will threaten them that they will not give enough money and this and this. And the only thing is, I don't know about the Islamist groups, how long they can be controlled, but as we saw in Afghanistan, those Islamic fighters can sit very well with Western powers and with America.
Let's talk about, sorry to interrupt, we've got quite a few areas I'd like to talk to you about. Let's talk about the oil issue here. Now, the new Libyan leadership has announced 2 oil fields should restart production by next week, with 5 foreign companies already working there. Now, of course, Libya's future relies on getting that industry in full swing again. Surely it has to have external help here, does it not? I mean, as it did before, of course, there were international companies operating there before the revolution. So it needs that help to continue, doesn't it?
Yes, but the thing will change because now those who helped very much the CNT, they can have a much better deal. And there are still, maybe there will be some fightings between the Western powers, because now the main Italian newspaper, Corriere della Sera, who is always in favor of Italian wars, always, said that Italy didn't do enough in this war, and now the French will profit more. So really this is a bad, dirty game for oil. So many war crimes NATO committed for this Libyan oil, and I hope the game is not over. Still there are cities which are under siege, like Sirte or other cities. And I really ask Russia and China, who have the power to stop NATO doing wars. That will change.
Let me just quickly ask you, I mean, there's so much criticism about this Western interest and involvement in the oil reserves. Of course, Libya has its own national oil corporation, so it does have control over its own oil reserves, and surely this is much needed revenue from that oil production to go back into the country. In the past, of course, that revenue didn't go back to the people, to the Libyans, because it went into Gaddafi's own hands, to his regime. So isn't it surely necessary to get those revenues, that taxation from the oil, to get the country up and running, and the people will benefit from it?
Are you sure that the Libyan oil revenue didn't go to people? I have been to Libya and I saw that they have good hospitals, they had good houses, they have food like other countries don't have, and also a lot of money was going to African countries for African development. This will not happen anymore because you see the behavior of those so-called rebels, I would say NATO allies, concerning the black people. So I don't think maybe of course the government, everywhere the government become rich with the country's resources. But in case of Libya, it is acknowledged by everybody that the oil revenues were distributed. And I don't know if it will happen like this in the future. I have many doubts because now the Western powers will get more royalties, will ask for a better deal. And also, you see also this CNT, I don't think they were so keen to ask NATO to kill Libyans with bombings. So I wonder how they can really rule this country.
Let's talk about the immediate future now. Media reports suggesting that Gaddafi's sons and mercenaries are leaving the country. Obviously, Gaddafi's still not caught, still threatening guerrilla warfare. But the fact that his sons and these mercenaries are leaving, do you think that could actually guarantee an end to the violence in the country? Or does it all depend on Gaddafi being caught now?
I think that this manhunt or hunt-man is really far west, and this is not the way of making peace. You know, there are two parties, two groups in this country. We cannot say that all Libyans are with CNT. It is not at all true. It's not at all true. So there should be a ceasefire, like African Union and Latin American countries have been asking for months. There should be a ceasefire, and the two parts should sit and negotiate. We cannot have a dictatorship now. The CNT is behaving like a dictator. They say either you are with us or you cannot exist in Libya. So this black hunt and this manhunt is really a shame. And I urge Russia and China to stop this war, because still they are bombing and they are killing people there. And the Security Council can stop this. And this will change the world, because NATO will not be able to do another war if this war is stopped.
But whose responsibility should it be now? In effect, NATO's done its job, but there are, of course, talks of NATO continuing after its mandate ends this month. But do you think that maybe the United Nations or indeed the African Union should be playing a part in the future security and stability of the country? After all, the Libyans, the NTC, are saying they'll probably need help to do that.
Yeah, no, CNT said that they don't want UN troops because they are the only representatives of Libyan people. So they wanted the NATO bombs, but they don't want UN, in my opinion, on the to make a peace there. There should be really, I stress this, and I thank Russian TV to be so democratic to allow me to talk. The Italian TVs are not so democratic. Really, it is an appeal we are doing to countries like Russia and China and other powerful countries to stop this way of lying and this way of catching the oil with lies and with wars and with bombs. There should be a ceasefire. People are dying there. There should be a ceasefire, and the negotiations like African Union have been asking since a lot of time. Why the Security Council is not meeting urgently? NATO can be stopped. They have to be stopped.
Okay,
and it is a Western citizen saying that.
Okay, thanks very much, Marinella. We'll have to leave you there. Sorry to cut you off, but we've had quite a good conversation. We're running out of time now, but great to hear what you have to say. Marinella Correggia joining us there live in Italy. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you.